Hibs and taking them out again this weekend. It's not been easy this year against Hibs for any team to take it on. Do you feel there was any benefit to you as a manager, having just played them so recently 2 weeks ago, to find out more about how they're playing against Dundee as a team rather than against other teams?
I don't know. I get asked that question there. It's a difficult one. The benefits are we've done, like we do with every team, the analysis on them, so we've still got that. But you look at our squad, will be completely different going to Easter Road this time than it was 2 weeks ago. Their squad will be different because they've got international players back. So it could be. I think you could see two completely different teams on the pitch. You might not. It might be very similar, but I think you could. We've seen them on Tuesday against St Johnstone, so they'll have seen us at Ayr. So again, I don't think the game will have too much of a bearing, because if we can't get it right at the back, the same thing will happen. But that's what we're trying to eradicate, and that's what we believe we're going to eradicate. And we're going there with a belief that we can go and put a performance in to get us through to the next round of the cup. Whether the last 2 weeks ago makes too much of a difference, I'm not too sure. I don't think it will, because it's a different game completely. So no, but we're going there with a game plan to try and win this game and get through to the next round of the cup.
Do you feel that Dundee's just waiting to open up? The chances are going to come. They'll probably get a wee bit of luck. The goals will come. There's potential throughout the whole team to score goals. And that's something that must be obviously there. Just wait for you to happen.
Yeah, the chances are. We're creating chances again on Saturday. We created loads of good chances against Hibs, which is stuff we showed to the players this morning. We created loads of good chances again. In every game we've created loads of chances. The problem's at the other end of the pitch, so that's what we need to get right. Because again, it shouldn't take us to go to Alloa and score 3 goals to come away with a point. No disrespect, I'm just saying anywhere. You shouldn't need to go anywhere and score 3 goals to come away with a point. That should be enough to win the game. Now we'll get that right at the back. It helps that we're getting players back, of course it does, but again, I'll not use it as an excuse. We've just not defended well enough as a team, and we're working hard on getting that right. But yeah, I think when we get our players back and our full strength squad, then we'll get it right.
You talked about the fans earlier on. I see the SPFL have written to the government asking for fans to be allowed back in Scotland. How much of a difference would that make to Dundee at this particular point?
I think it'd be huge. Now people look at it two ways, but if you're not performing and you're in a bad run, they can demand of you and they can be harsh on you, and rightly so. But what they also do is they get right behind you. Look, I'd love them to be here, and people say no. I've heard a few, not at our club, but people saying that it's actually better for certain players that there's no fans. I'm not talking about our club, it's more in England, and that's why certain teams are doing well. I disagree with that. I'd love to have our fans here, even in this run when things aren't going great, because they would be demanding of us, and that would scare our players a bit, in a good way, because I've been here as a player on bad runs, and I know how much they demand. Now we need to internally. That's not an excuse why we've been poor. We should, and I'm not saying it's because the fans aren't here, but I would just love them here to be pushing us on, to be pulling us through, and they want to support their team. They want to be here. They want to watch football. They want to watch good football. It's no being good, but I'll go back to the games last season when we drew with Alloa here. They seen a good performance. They got right behind us. So again, it all goes back to the question I says. I can talk as much here as I want and say what I want, but we need to start producing good performances on the pitch. It would be great to have the fans back.
You mentioned earlier on 2003 Cup final. I was at that game and seen firsthand what it means to the fans of Dundee Football Club to be at that level. How good would it be to take Dundee back to that area again?
That's what, when I came here, I wanted, because I had just come out of Hibs where we had been in two cup finals 2 years on the trot. I missed the second one with injury. You're going to Hampden in the semi-finals, and then you're back to the final, and the full club gets behind you. I've spoke to Dave about this club when he was there, and he says it was amazing. But again, that's miles away. But I just to answer the question, I'd love that. I wanted that as a player, because I could see when we got first back up to the Premier League, when the fans were because they'd been out the Premier League for a while, and I played the first season here, and the atmosphere every week was electric. I want success for this club and for the fans, and it's been too long, as you say. But there's a big job ahead of us on. We can't look any further than Hibs. We need to go and we need to give everything we've got and believe. It's a big thing. We've got to believe that we can go there and win that game and be in the quarters, and then you take that for there. But as I say, first and foremost, it's Hibs on Saturday, and then we can all dream about taking this club to a cup final, and that's what we do. But the first and foremost, Saturday comes.
The energy is there, the players at Dundee, the effort's there. Is it just a bit of luck that Dundee are needing to just get their season turned around a wee bit?
I think sometimes it is that, because you can see there's no fault in the effort that the lads are putting in. I think at times it's mistakes where might cost us a game or a goal. So I think sometimes it is luck. I mean, on Saturday at Ayr we had so many chances, first half and second half, and it just wasn't falling for us. So sometimes you get those games. There might be other games where we might have 2 shots in the whole game and score both. So I think luck does play a part in it at times, yeah.
Does that frustration sometimes that you feel when games happen like that, does that help raise the morale in the changing room that the next game's going to be much better and much bigger?
In a way, yeah. In a way it does. I think it's confidence as well. I think we need that amongst ourselves. There's times in games where we'll be on the back foot and we just need to get through certain periods in the game. So I think that does help.
It's only two weeks since Dundee have played Hibs, and it's given them kind of first-hand look at what to expect this Saturday. Do you think that will be a benefit to Dundee that they've played them so recently and on their own patch?
Yeah, it could work both ways. I think we don't really look at the result in that sense. I think for 70 odd minutes of that game, I've watched it back as well. We were in the game, do you know what I mean? I thought we were even. We matched them physically, I think technically as well. So even though they are in the division above, I think we've got good enough players in our team to beat them. So I think we just need to go out and show that.